Hi everyone, welcome to our packing video. Now you might have noticed we don't have a suitcase here and we're not putting anything in there just yet. If you've seen our planning video, you will know that we do a whole spreadsheet on what clothes we're going to wear, etc. But it doesn't actually go in the case until like really last minute. But we know that you know how to pack a suitcase. We are hoping you've been out there and bought loads of Disney clothes to wear in the parks, so you guys have got that stuff covered. What we wanted to do is just give you a little bit of advice and a few things that we've learned along the way of things that we think are pretty much essential for packing and taking with you to Disney World. So here goes. So the first thing we're going to mention is plug adapters. Now obviously you are going abroad if you are going to America, so you are going to need the plug adapters that fit in American sockets. We have picked up a few. We've got some that are sort of like this style, just usual travel adapters. I'm sure you've got some of these already. One time we did actually take the wrong plug adapters. We packed in a rush, we just weren't organised, and we put European plug adapters in the case instead of the American ones. So we had a bit of an issue when we got there, but luckily the resort shop had this pretty cool gadget. Now this is a USB charger, so it just fits one USB adapted thing in there. It's got the American plug adapter on the end. We found this really useful for charging our phones up really quick, but the downside to this was you can only really charge one thing at a time. So we have invested in this, which is a SyncWire USB adapter. It's got space for 4 different devices. They do say 2 phones and 2 iPads. It's noted by different power things, but I think in general, from what I've read, USB power isn't sort of like massive anyway. So you should be okay charging 4 different sort of Apple related, or even if you've got Samsung and you've got the adapters, they'll go in there. I don't know if it'll charge a laptop, but this is going to be amazing when we are charging our phones. It does already have a American plug on it, and then it also came with 2 more adapters, so one of them will be for UK plug and one will be European. So I think that was a really good buy. That was just from Amazon, so there's a few different ones on there, but I think that's going to be really useful for charging. The next essential that we pack, and we kind of learnt this the hard way as well when really on our first visit to the United States, we took our normal hairdryer and we didn't know that there would be really a problem. We just took the adapter so it would fit in the US plug, and then when we tried to put it on, it didn't have enough power. So that's when we realised obviously that it's different power and it wasn't really working very well. Now if you stay in a Disney Resort hotel, you will get a hairdryer in your room. It is only like a small kind of travel one and it's absolutely fine. But what we decided to do was actually buy a hairdryer while we were out there on a different trip, because we kind of like tried a few different things and we still weren't satisfied that we'd kind of like got it right. So we decided to go, while we were at Florida Mall, we just picked one up and it was really inexpensive, and it works great, and it's much better than trying to use an adapter, and obviously better than using a travel hairdryer as well. So because we know we go over quite a lot, and it really wasn't expensive, was it?
I think maybe it was like about $30 or something like that. So, and we've used it every trip since then, so I think that was a really good buy. So if you are staying on site or off site and you are planning on going to a Walmart or a CVS or Walgreens or somewhere, then it might be worth it to try and pick up an American hairdryer. Now another amazing thing that we managed to pick up, we actually found out about this before our last trip, and we kept an eye out for getting one, and it is a portable charger. It's called the Fuel Rod, and this basically is a system they've got in America, quite a lot of places. They really do use these in Disney World. So you basically have a machine and you put your details into the machine, you sort of pay for it. I think it was around about $30
for one of these, and basically what happens is they'll shoot you one out. It'll come in a little plastic tub like this, which has got the actual charging unit itself, plus a couple of different sort of adapters depending on what kind of phone you've got. And basically what the idea of this is, obviously, like, come on, we know about portable chargers for your phones and your cameras and things. The great thing about this is if you've used all of the battery and all of the charge, but you're still out and about at the parks, they have machines all over. And what you do is you just pop it back in the machine and it will give you a fully charged one back out. So in theory, you never run out of battery, which we thought was an amazing idea. We've really used this. The only time we haven't used it is if we haven't wanted to carry it out in our pockets, because it's not massive, but it's quite light for a portable charger, but sometimes we don't like to take anything with us, so that's the only time we haven't done. But yeah, this is a really good solution if you're wanting a portable charger, but you don't want to have to be charging up your portable charger. So get yourself a fuel rod.
Yeah, and it doesn't have, like, when you try and get a new one, it doesn't charge you anymore. You just pay that one fee, and then you can keep kind of putting them in and getting one back out, a fresh one back out, like, as many times as you like. So you're not paying all the time. So you've got that little bit of money to start off with, but then after that, then you're fine.
So as we're going to be doing a little bit of vlogging this time for this trip, we have bought a little sort of camera grip. I mean, we're only going to be filming on our iPhones, and we thought this was pretty handy just for when you're doing a lot of filming. It's just nice to have it sort of a nice level shot. You're not allowed to take selfie sticks into any of the Disney World parks. It's a safety regulation, so you can't take selfie sticks, but we're pretty sure they do allow these. So it's just a little handle grip, just to make filming a little bit more stable, and we just thought that was sort of quite cool and quite portable, really.
Now, when we're going to be packing, hopefully we're going to be packing a little bit lighter this time in regards to toiletries. Now, we generally just pack the things that we like, the things we normally use when we're at home. But if you stay in a Disney resort, you do actually get toiletries already in your bathroom. So before, they used to come in like a little kind of little pots and a tiny soap and things, and we never used to use them. We just used to bring them back as souvenirs. But obviously Disney World are committed to cutting down on plastic waste, so they've actually installed in the showers now the full-size bottles of shampoo, conditioner and body wash. And we've tried them out and they are pretty good, so so we're going to go with that this time. We were happy with them the last time that we went, when we tried them out. So yeah, we're not going to take shampoo and conditioner or anything we normally do this time. We're going to stick with what's provided. So yeah, so that'll definitely cut down on our weight going out there, and cut down on cost as well. So if you're staying at a Disney resort, you know, maybe you might not want to commit to that the first time you go, maybe, but yeah, give them a little try and just see what you think, because actually they're really good quality, and they do actually sell them in the shops as well. So we're happy with them, so we're going to go with that this time, I think.
In terms of sun cream, obviously everyone's got their individual preference of what you like to use. I think a Disney holiday is just a little bit different than a sort of lying on a beach sunbathing holiday, in that you're going to be walking around the parks, you're probably going to be wearing really nice clothes that you've invested a lot of time and money in, and so we don't like anything that's too sort of sticky, but we found a really good one. It took like a lot of trial and error, but we are now using the Hawaiian Tropic Satin Protection. This one goes on really matte, it's not sticky at all, so that's the one we tend to use for sort of all over body wise. We do use a slightly different one for our face. This is something else that we found just from going to some of the pharmacies around Florida, and that's this Neutrogena one. Again, it goes on really matte. We do like to put a little bit of makeup on when we're in Disney, just because we know there's going to be tons of photos and meet and greets. And again, it's not like you're just sort of like closing your eyes in a sun lounger. So that one goes on really nicely underneath makeup as well. So maybe when you're out there sort of going to Walgreens to get your hairdryer, you could give that one a go. So that's really nice.
Now we do take with us a small first aid kit, the usual things that you would have in there for kind of pain relief and all that sort of thing, and you know, the usual stuff. We do go a little bit prepared, But one thing we definitely thought was worth mentioning that you might not have thought about is, I know that people take plasters just for cuts, but in general it's usually for blisters. Now what we've found is actually, instead of having something for after you get a blister, we've kind of figured on the prevention side of it, and we're giving it, this is literally, if we had like a top 5 of tips for Disney World, I think this would be right, it would definitely make it, and it would definitely be near the top, which is to take with you some Compeed. Now, we don't keep this for when we actually get a blister, we actually wear them before, all the time. So, and it, you know, thinking, oh gosh, that could be quite expensive. Believe me, it's well worth it. We never have problems with our feet, touch wood, when we're there. And I think part of that is because we actually protect our heels. You're doing a lot of walking, and no matter whatever shoes you're going to be wearing, no matter how comfy they are, that kind of, in the heat with that kind of mileage, you know, it's better just to protect them a little bit. And we found that Compeed really do that. So if you're going to take away a tip from this video and you don't want sore feet, you don't want to get blisters on your heels, then get some Compeed, because honestly we swear by Compeed. It's amazing. You can get other brands with a similar thing. It's kind of like that kind of cushioned, invisible kind of plaster. But yeah, if you do that, then you definitely won't need any other plasters for if you do get hurt, because you'll be protected.
Yeah, so in relation to making it as comfortable as you can with not sort of getting yourself blisters or anything like that, we pretty much, I mean, everyone will tell you wear comfortable shoes. Like, break them in before you go, don't try anything out when you get there. And we don't wear the same, but they're both sort of like equally comfortable, we feel. I have bought the Skechers Airwalk trainers with the microfoam, just slip-on ones, and I find they're really good, especially if you get really hot and or if they get wet on a water ride or anything, they dry straight away. A lot of people on the forums will recommend Skechers as a really comfortable shoe.
Yeah. And I'm a massive Vans fan, so I just take all my pairs of Vans, but make sure that they are worn in, and I always make sure that I've got Compeed on, and I do wear them with like a small kind of sock liner. So yeah, they've been comfortable for me. So yeah, just make sure that whatever you're taking with you, it's not something you've literally just bought that day, or make sure you do wear them at first, because it's different wearing them around, it's still different wearing around your house to going and walking miles and miles a day in them. So yeah, no matter what you take, just make sure they're tried and tested first and it works well for you, I think. Okay, the next thing that we're going to show you that we take, I think no matter what time of year you go to Florida, I think it's probably needed, which is a Packham. Now I know lots of people like to just wait, and they might buy like a poncho when they get there, or take ponchos with you, and I think especially in the really summer months, we haven't really done the summer months, so maybe it's better for then, because you don't feel like you've got a lot covering you. But what we take with us to protect ourselves from any rain showers is our Packham. Now unfortunately not Disney, we need to kind of figure out how to get Disney to do these.
Make some Packham.
This is actually from Next, and we found that they're really good quality from Next, and we've tried these ones and tried other ones as well, and the Next ones definitely keep you dry. Like
they are waterproof.
Yeah, they don't sink through, and they're really nice quality. The material's really soft, and they do feel thin, so you're not getting too hot, but then at the same time they are really waterproof, and it definitely tried and tested. So you can actually wrap them up into a little kind of bag with a handle, and then you just unfold it, and it's just kind of like a zip up with a hood. And yeah, we'll try and put some photos on maybe of us wearing our Packham, but and maybe in like chilly mornings as well we might wear it, if it's given perhaps a rain shower later in the day, instead of wearing a jumper we might kind of wear a Packham instead. But yeah, I definitely recommend these ones from Next, because I know, like, we've tried and tested them in heavy storms, and we've still been dry and warm. So yeah, definitely recommend these ones, but it's just a shame they're not Disney.
Another thing in relation to the changeable Florida weather, and this definitely splits opinions on the forums, is whether or not to take an umbrella to the parks. Now, we have never we've taken umbrellas before and we haven't really used them. We've just gone with a Packham and stood and got shelter for a little while. But then last trip we did find ourselves where it literally rained the entire day. And luckily we had been shopping in Kath Kidston in her Disney X range, and we bought a couple of these very cute Mickey umbrellas. They do have some of the other characters on there as well. And we went out, I mean, I think we went to Hollywood Studios and there were so many people leaving and it was only sort of lunchtime, and we were arriving and we had our Packamaks and we had our umbrellas, and we were like totally fine. We did get some really, really nice photographs with them as well. So while it was still sort of raining, we still managed to get some really cute photos. I'll try and insert some here so you can have a look what they looked like. But yeah, if you want to take an umbrella, don't let anyone put you off. Don't let anyone say, oh, you won't need one, or, you know, sometimes it's just better to have it. Obviously, you don't want to be having it up during anything where you're going to be blocking people's view, because obviously, you know, everyone does need to see. But if you're just sort of wandering around the park, we don't see the harm in taking an umbrella if that's what you want to take.
It's definitely allowed. Like there's no, I've never seen any rules to say you can't take an umbrella. So if someone says Disney won't let you take an umbrella, then that isn't true. But you just have to be mindful of other guests, and if you think about it, and everyone's really courteous, and we've never had a problem whether we've had ours up or if someone else has had theirs. Everyone looks after each other. It is that big Disney community coming together. And so if you want your umbrella, take your umbrella. Obviously, if you're going to Florida, I would like to think that you might take some sunglasses if you're a sunglass wearer, which I think lots of people are. You want to protect your eyes in that sunshine. But we're just going to mention something that we actually picked up in the Disney parks. You know that we don't take a park bag and we like to travel light. So when we saw these cases, which just kind of plain, it's got Disney Parks and Mickey at the bottom there, but it's got a little hook here, and now if you're wearing kind of like denim shorts or anything, you can actually hook these to your waistband and then kind of just like let it hang by your side, and then you can kind of, it's really easy to kind of like pull your sunglasses in and out. Sometimes if we go on a ride, we'll actually put our phone in here as well, just to make sure it's safe and it's still actually attached to your shorts or whatever you're wearing. So these are really nice, and we've used them quite a lot. When we first picked them up, it's like, oh, we'll get one, and then then Katie went back for one, and then we just wear them all the time now. So if you see these in the parks, I think they're really handy, and they've been really good value for money as well.
So like we did say, we do travel light when it comes to going around the parks, but sometimes we do like to take a little bit of money out with us, depending on sort of, I mean, I know sometimes you can't buy things using your magic band, so if it's from one of the carts they bring out during the parade, things like that, we do take a little bit of cash with us just in case. We picked up these really cute little purses from Kath Kidston. They're just like super cute, and again, like the sunglasses case, they've got a little strap on there, so you can just attach them to your shorts, and then you can actually put the purse bit inside your pocket if you want to, just to keep it safe. So we thought they were ideal. I'm not sure if she's still got these ones in, but you'll be able to pick up something similar if you're sort of looking for something, but just to put a little bit of cash in when you're out and about. It's worth mentioning, talking about purses and money, that we do take a currency card with us for our spending money. So we use one of the prepay currency cards. I think all of the travel agents do their own version. I think the post office do one, Caxton FX, Fair FX. There's various ones. Obviously it's just going to depend which rate you're going to get for which card, and obviously they all have different terms and conditions as well, so it's worth checking those out. We found ours invaluable really, so that we're not taking lots of cash with us. We just take a little bit of cash and then put most on a couple of those cards, and then we just use our magic band to charge to, and then when it comes time to pay it off, we just go ahead and use one of those cards. So if you're thinking about how to take spending money and things like that, it might be worth looking into.
Now, as I was saying before about Disney's kind of promise to cut back on their plastic waste, they, in lots of places now, that they're not doing the plastic straws anymore, and you know, and that's absolutely fine. We could probably do without a straw, but we thought it might be fun, especially going kind of in the kind of festive period, is to get some paper straws to take with us. And we managed to get these really cool, like, Christmassy design paper straws. We don't even know if we'll use them yet, but we thought it was a fun idea, and we don't know how it's going to affect us, whether we really want a straw anymore, or, you know, we don't know. So we thought we'll just buy some paper ones, and if we use them, we use them. If we don't, we don't. But we thought that was quite kind of a fun and inexpensive thing to take with us, and yeah, we'll kind of let you know if we use them or not, or how that's going to affect us.
I know a lot of people do tend to take sort of reusable straws with them now. Yeah. You can get sort of aluminium ones, I think, and some sort of like silicone sort of based ones, which, you know, is really practical if you're taking a part bag. And we were just looking for something that would easily be recycled, so that's why we went with the paper ones. But yeah, the reusable ones are good too. So if you have seen our other video about our plans going to Disney World in December, you will know that we are going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and as part of the party you get some food and drink included in the price of the ticket. So for the Halloween party, I know that it was sort of candy and sort of like a trick-or-treating style. With the Christmas party, it's holiday cookies mostly, I think pretzels, that sort of thing. So we are intending to take some Ziploc bags with us, just in case we don't want it that very second that we're walking past, but we want to grab one for later, and we can just put it in a Ziploc bag. I think if you go on any of the forums, they'll say Ziploc bags are handy for everything. So yeah, definitely worth taking. We also have this very cute canvas bag as well that we're going to be putting our treats in at the Christmas party, but I think that may or may not be the only time we're going to take a bag to the parks. Now, one thing that we are not very good at remembering to take with us is a bag for when we go to the water parks. Now, we're not sure we're going to go to the water park this time. We're having a shorter trip, and our fave, Blizzard Beach, is close for refurbishment, and we're not sure if we're going to go this time, but it is worth mentioning because we've forgotten to take a beach bag with us for when we go to the parks before, so it's something that's on my mind now, having forgotten once, to try and make sure that we always remember. Now, we did manage to get a really, really nice one. Again, it's from Cad Kitson, and it was in the Christmas sale, I think, and it's quite big. I don't even know if I can like show you the extent of it. It's just got a huge Mickey, and it fits it so that it's big enough so that it can fit like plenty of things in for the both of us, so we both don't need to take a bag. And it's also worth mentioning about the towel situation when you are staying in a Disney resort and going to water parks as well. Now, we like to take our own beach towels, and we actually this time got new beach towels from Disney World, because they do really big ones. Like you can't, I've never seen any in the UK that you can buy that are this big. Like, they are huge, aren't they? And they've got really cute designs. And so we invested on our last trip and got some really nice towels. We like to have a towel, and that's kind of our towel to like put on our lounger if we're going to have a lounger, not just at the water parks but at the pool as well. We just like it to lie on. And then there are at the hotel pools, there are lots of towels available. You can just go and grab fresh towels whenever you like, that are actually around the pool area. So we use those to kind of dry off and things, but kind of we like a beach towel to kind of be on our lounger, and that's kind of our spot type thing. And the ones that we bought are really good quality, and they're really nice to lie on as well, aren't they? So we like to take our towels to the water parks, and we like to take them down to the pool, even though they are available. Now, I think that you can hire towels at the water parks, but it's worth mentioning, they are quite small. Yeah. They're not the size of, nowhere near the size of the beach towels that we've bought. So if you like a big towel, I would definitely recommend taking your own like we do. There are towels available, but there are towels and then there are towels, if you get what I'm saying. So you won't be without one if you forget one, but it's just our preference. We like to take our own beach towels too. So something that we definitely need to take when we go to any Disney park is our Minnie Mouse ears. Now, these ears have lasted me like every trip, like they come every time.
I think we bought them in like 2015.
Yeah, so
they're still going strong.
They're really good value. I mean, if you think about how many times we've been and how many times we've worn them, these are kind of like my go-to favourite.
Yeah.
So these ones definitely come with me. We also like to have some light-up ears for the evenings, just when everyone's sort of like, it's nice and dark and atmospheric and everyone's got sort of their light-up flashing things on the go. We did start out with sort of these sorts of the classic Minnie ears that light up. These weren't that expensive. We got these from the parks and I think they still do these. So yeah, these are really cute. And then last trip I managed to get, for a while I was going to get the Star Wars light up ears, and then I saw these and I just thought these were incredible. They're just so cute, and like, you're probably not going to see them that well on the camera. But they're really bright when it's dark, and yeah, just really cute. So it's just a nice change to have some light up ones for the evenings. I do have my eye out for some new ears for the daytime when I'm not wearing my classic ones, but I'm still kind of trying to decide what I want. So I might invest in some of the Christmas ones.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get the Star Wars light up ears, and then it's so much fun when you go and there's a huge part of the Emporium at Magic Kingdom with loads of ears, and there's also a shop which is, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood Studios, and it's got a huge area, literally a wall full of them, and it's so much fun to go and try them on. So before I got the Star Wars ones, some other ones kind of caught my eye when I was trying on, which is these gold and black ones, which are sequins, so they're really nice daytime or evening. And so yeah, so I got these from Hollywood Studios last year, and I love them, and it's kind of a similar version to these classic ones, but in a different way. So I really like those ones. Now, part of the reason, obviously, if you haven't been before and you've not got any ears yet, you know, there's lots of different places where you can get them before you go, or if you don't know what you want and you'd prefer to try them on, it is so much fun going and like trying them all on and taking pictures and seeing which ones look nice. Yeah, it's all part of the fun, especially if it's your first pair of ears too. But I've come across a little tip that I thought I'd mention, because the prices have gone up. I think it's now like $28 or something before tax to get Minnie ears and Mickey ears and things in the parks. And now with Shop Disney, you can buy park related merchandise. So they are doing select, not all of the ears, but they are doing a few select pairs of ears. Now our Shop Disney, I think a lot of it's from Disneyland Paris, obviously, because that's our nearest park. So they do try and include those, like some of the Disneyland Paris ears. And at Disneyland Paris, they don't have as wide a selection as they do in Disney World. I mean, it's incredible at Disney World. You can literally get ears for every occasion. You could get carried away. But because Shop Disney are doing them, there are often bargains to be had. Now, they are, I think, $19.99 in pounds, something like that, on Shop Disney. So not too far, like, it depends on the exchange rate, but not too far off kind of the $28 mark. But I saw that there was a discount code for Shop Disney, which they've just been popping up every now and again, like getting discount codes, you know, 15% off, 20% off. And this particular occasion, I think there was 20% off. And because I tried on lots of pairs last year, I kind of had in my mind the pair that I was going to get. And they had them on Shop Disney, which is the rose gold sequined ears. Now, as you can see, they are Disney parks from the tag there. The exact same ones that they sell over there that I tried on last year and I did really like. And it ended up that these were actually like £16 something, which if you kind of compare that to the price at Disney World, it's quite a huge saving. So because I knew which ones I wanted, I did order them from Shop Disney, and I'm going to take them. I'm not going to wear them yet, I'm going to take them. But yeah, it was kind of, I do like getting them when I'm in the parks, but this saving was just too big to not get, and I knew what I wanted. So it's definitely worth having a look on Shop Disney, especially if there's those codes off, because if you know what you want and it's on there, then you might be able to save yourself a little bit of money.
So that's some of the things we recommend packing in your suitcase to take with you to Disney World. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet is our other suitcase for our hand luggage. They are too big to show right now, but we'll just try and insert a photo so you can see what they're like. We went with the American Tourister cabin cases, and we've had really nice compliments on them. We absolutely love them. Yeah. My point really about taking hand luggage is that we used to not take sort of cabin trolley style things at all. We used to just take a little rucksack or backpack, and then we got caught out a couple of times sort of overpacking on the way home. So it's worth just taking something obviously within the size guidelines of your airline, but we sort of take those trolleys, but we don't actually fill them on the way out. We try to take as little as possible on the flight. We usually fly with Virgin Atlantic and watch films all the way there. So we don't tend to take iPads or laptops or anything like that, because we're sort of entertained really without the need for that. Yeah. So we try and take as little as possible really, sort of, but yeah, if you can try and theme it Disney, then yeah, that's what we like to do. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this video on our packing essentials. We hope that it's been useful and something to think about, and hope that we can pass on what we've learned from our own mistakes, which is part of the reason why we do these vlogs, is kind of we learn every time we go, and if you are just planning that one-off trip, we just want to give you as much information as possible. We're lucky to keep going back and we're learning all the time, but if we can pass some information on to you just to make your trip amazing, then that's the reason why we do this. So hopefully it's been informative, and if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to our channel, please do subscribe and press that notification button. We're going to be uploading videos that inform like this one, but also going to be vlogging when we go out to Disney World very, very soon. So stay with us, and also stay with us on our social media on Facebook and Instagram, because we're going to be posting lots more on there too, just to keep you informed. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day.